What up, y'all? Al York Sports.
1, 2.
Another one.
Wow.
You know how we do it, baby. Al York Sports open sessions. Let's get this party started, baby. God damn, it's about to be popping today, baby. Woo! Let me let the room fill up. As I'm letting the room fill up, I'll play a little more music. Let me bring this back a little bit. Play a little more music till the people start coming in, man. Yeah, we got some phone calls coming in like every week. Open sessions. 2 new callers. You guys want to tune in. Salute the Big Hump. What's going on, Big Hump? You know I see you, baby. I'm already sweating, Bob. About to do this. You know how I do, baby. Nobody want this more than me. You know that, my nigga. I want this, baby. Real talk, man. Let me let the room fill up before I start opening up to y'all, man.
Baby, let you know.
Let the room fill up, y'all. All right, here we go, y'all. Here we go. What's going on, baby? Just working, huh? Straight up working, man. Before I start off the show today, E. Sanchez, I see you, baby. All the OGs tuning in like always. I want y'all niggas to know from the bottom of my heart, man. I appreciate the love, man. This is why every time I'm going to give y'all everything I got. You see, I'm sweating already, and I ain't even start the show yet. Because I'm hungry, motherfuckers. I'm hungry. Let's get started. Happy birthday to my man Nuns from San Diego. Big Nuns, Big Louie, I see you, baby. Another OG. Happy birthday to Big Nuns from San Diego. I lost count of your age. I don't know if you're 60 or 61. God bless you, security captain. If you need work in San Diego, go see my man Nuns. I'll plug you in if you in San Diego, man. And with that, shout out to the East Coast, West Coast, Midwest, Las Vegas, New York City, LES to the death, man. You know I got to throw the L's up because that's what I represent, man. Also, Triple H Entertainment. Syndicate Radio TV, D Beeman, One Voice, my beloveds, man. What's up, sis? My beloveds, the Dog Catcher, the Specialist, and the Secret Weapon. We're going to be joining soon, but right now during this pandemic, everybody playing their position. And also, Credit Fix. Never too late to get your credit fix. IG me, inbox me, email me at al.newyork@yahoo.com. Be prepared for a great show, y'all. I got 2 new callers. One of them be rep the Lower East Side's whole life. Y'all don't want to miss this, man. If y'all do, like I said, if you don't tap in, then y'all tap the fuck out. That's on y'all, man. Let's go real quick. We're going to go to the NFL. Danica Patrick and Aaron Rodgers broke the fuck up. I don't give a fuck. And I'm pretty sure y'all don't give a fuck either. I mean, she wasn't making life better for him. And it's just crazy because he lost his love. But then the Green Bay Packers drafted Jordan Love. So it's like, he must be bugging. But if I'm Aaron Rodgers, due to the fact that they got Jordan Love the same age Aaron is now, when they picked up Aaron, when Brett Favre was at the helm, Rodgers already know. It's the same shit they did with Brett when they signed him. Now he's Brett and Jordan Love is Aaron. So if I'm Aaron Rodgers, fuck all the bullshit. Trade me right now. Get me out of Lambeau Field right now. It's bad enough you ain't give me no fucking receivers in the draft. He has no weapons. What weapons he got beside my man Devontae Adams and Aaron Jones running the rock? They got like 41 years old Mercedes Lewis at tight end and Funches, who's less than an average or at best an average receiver. So if I'm Aaron, get me the fuck out of here. I do not want to be in Green Bay no more. You guys are totally disrespecting one of the top 5 NFL quarterbacks in the game. And if you put Aaron on a squad, you already know what it is. Conference championship, Super Bowl. That's how nice Aaron is. I ain't sleeping on Aaron Rodgers, man. In other news, we're going to the Madden game. Game developer Electronic Arts will alter the upcoming release of Madden NFL 21 to remove the logo of the Washington Redskins. The name and the logo, they're going to remove that after the team announced, this week that they announced that they're not doing all but the Redskins thing. So now Madden's taking it off their cover. So I'm just letting y'all know, all y'all video game players. I know we got a main one. William Wright loves that video shit, and a lot of y'all play that Madden shit. I'm just letting y'all know what it is. NBA news. New Orleans Pelicans. Matter of fact, you know what? Let me move that. Let me go to Houston Rockets with James Harden, the bearded one. He was talking about that blue mask. He went and put his voice and his opinion out there about wearing that mask that nobody really wants to wear, because where I work at, nobody wants to put that shit on. You know what I'm saying? And it's stupid because it helps with the corona, but it also has its own defects that I'm starting to find out by, us not being able to breathe as well. And I'm also starting to hear something else that is something in there that's messing us up mentally. But I ain't got facts on that. I'm just throwing it up in the air. I ain't got no facts on that. But I'm going to do my homework on that because, come on, man. They want us to wear that shit mandatory at work. I hope that shit ain't got no defects that's going to get us down the line, man. But anyway, back to the bearded one. He just voiced his opinion. He apologizes. He made a political statement about wearing the thin line mask on Thursday. He was unaware of the mask that been reported. So he basically just spoke his mind, and he got checked for it. Maybe the branch checked him for it. Like, keep your opinions to yourself. So he's basically apologizing. The bearded one, James Harden. In other news, UFC's having a big card tomorrow. There's 12 fights tomorrow. My man Justin Yu, if you guys tune in at the end of the show, Justin Yu is going to give y'all 2 free fights tomorrow. If you stay into the end of the show, he's going to join the crew at the end of the show and deliver y'all 2 picks. Justin Yu is about 13-7 in UFC fights since he started with me. Now, he's like 1-3 in his last 4. He hit a slide, but don't believe that. You better believe he's going to come back with a vengeance. Trust me, my man knows his shit just like my man the dog catcher. So stay after the show. Justin Yu will come on and give y'all 2 picks. Other news, Yasiel Puig, free agent after positive. He also tested positive for COVID, but he's still a free agent. So that's kind of wild how you a free agent, but you tested positive for COVID. Like, if you think about it, who's going to sign you? I mean, they're way after the COVID. If I'm his agent, I'll take him off the market till he gets good and then put him right back on. But that's just me. But that's another player testing positive. And then we go to Pittsburgh, where Gregory Polanco has also tested positive for COVID. And this is why I'm saying, and we're going to talk about it later on the show. I don't want to mess it up now about our opinions and going into the 2020, the latter part of the 2020, about sports, if it's going to be played, or are we going to attempt it, or is it going to succeed? If y'all stay tuned, we're going to break that down. Okay, we got any callers? What up, baby? Donnell Thomas, I see you. Ada, I see you. I'm glad that everybody's tuned in. Y'all know we're going to get these callers and we're going to chop wood. We're going to chop wood, man. We had until he tested positive. Oh, Donnell, what you talking about? Be more specific, Donnell. Well, I got a minute because I'm waiting on my caller. When she calls, be more specific, fam. Because I know Yasiel got it and Polanco got it and everybody else that caught it. And this is something a dude told me the other day. I wasn't feeling him, but I'm starting to believe him. He's saying everybody gonna catch this shit. So here we go. We got our first caller, man. Welcome to the Al York Sports Show. Can you hear me? Hello. Welcome to the Al York Sports Show. Can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay, look at Amber.
Amber.
Call me right back because my voice is doubling. Yeah, I can't talk
All right,
like that.
I'll call you right back.
Okay, right by me, like right now. Okay, so my man was saying basically that everybody's going to catch it. That thing is swirling everywhere. Everybody you know or people that you know got it. And it's just a matter of time before we get it. Hello. Hello.
Can you hear me?
Perfect. Let's get it, baby. Let's get it.
Let's go.
Okay, first thing first, Amber, educate the peoples who you be.
I am Amber, and I am a New York State native, currently living in cowboy country.
I'm glad you said that. I'm glad you said that. That's my team. Go ahead. So what else you
I don't know
got?
why that you do.
What else you got for us? You just want to get right into it?
Well, I'm a Navy veteran and a single mom, and I just joined TikTok. So that's all. Now we can get into it.
Okay, let's get into it. You, from my understanding, you're a huge Yankee fan, correct? Matter of fact, you know what? Let's go to the New York Football Giants. I want to tap
All right,
on. I want to tap on this conversation. How long have you been a football fan? Yeah, how long have you been a football fan, and how long you been a Giant fan? Educate us.
All right, so I learned about football about 12 years ago.
Okay.
And once I understood football, I knew I needed to pick a team. So living in San Diego, California, I went with the New York fucking Giants.
Well, they were probably good 12 years ago. I don't have the facts in front of me, but I'm pretty sure the Giants were good 12 years ago. I can guarantee you that. Okay, so
Oh, we were great 12 years ago.
that's what I'm saying. So when you made that decision to like them, it was actually a decent decision at that moment. But now, to my next question, they were 4-12 last year. Horrible season. I mean, you got a couple of good things that came out of it. Daniel Jones, you know, D-Dime stepped up. No offensive line, no name defense. Basically, what are you expecting from your New York Giants?
You know, as a huge Giants fan and a supporter of my team, no matter what our record is, I'm really hoping to see us become something to progress into the future. We have a new head coach, Joe Judge. We
Okay.
have a new offensive coordinator. Thank you, Dallas Cowboys.
Jason Garrett.
And
I don't know if that's
Jason
listen.
Scott,
I don't know if that's a good thing. I don't know if Jason Garrett's a good thing.
Really?
But I mean, he
He's
coached my Cowboys.
He's not a good head coach.
Right.
He's not a good head coach. He proved that he can't be a head coach. But he is one hell of an offensive coordinator, and he is going to lead my Giants in the future to a victory.
Okay, I could agree with that. Okay, so realistically, two questions. What's your prediction on wins for the year? With all the changes you guys made, y'all even picked up, I think Andrew Thomas, a real huge offensive lineman from Georgia, which should definitely help your line because your line was trash. That's one of the main reasons Saquon can't get off, because when he touches the ball, they're already in the backfield, the defense. So what's your prediction win for this year coming up, if there's a season?
So realistically, I see the Giants going 8-8 or 7-9.
8-8? Damn. From 4-12? I say.
Hey, we have new management, baby. New management.
I know, but I was thinking something like 6-9 or 6-10.
I
My
bet you
bad.
were.
6
As a
and 10.
Cowboy fan, I bet you were.
Or maybe even 7-9. 7-9. D-Dime's already kind of tested the NFL. He's got a great arm. I love the kid. I love what I've seen out of him. Saquon has to get off. You know, you guys offensively are not shabby. I'm going to shoot you some names. You got Saquon Barkley in running back. You got Wayne Goldman from Clemson. The kid is nice. Dion Lewis from the Patriots, who's going to bring some experience, and he can catch the ball at the backfield. Then at wide receiver, I don't know what you're getting out of Corey Coleman out of Baylor, but he used to be a real good receiver. If he can do anything to help out Sterling Shepard, who I think is real good, and I love the tight end Evan Ingram. I love Ingram. I think he's a.
Evan Ingram is my favorite Giant right now. But
Yeah,
Evan
he's a
Ingram,
beast.
who I have stuck up for him since he started playing. And there's been a lot of shit talking about who he is as a player and him staying healthy.
Right.
But let me
He's a
tell you,
beast when
if
he's
he
out there.
can stay healthy, he is probably one of the top 10 tight ends playing football right now.
Oh, no doubt. I definitely agree with you on that. I definitely agree with you. And
But
you
he's
also,
got to stay healthy.
yeah, that's the thing about football. If you can't stay healthy, then you're not as good as all these, official guys that have been doing it for years. Like the Antonio Gates, the Tony Gonzalez's. Them guys play injured. That's what made them so superior. Not only their numbers, because their numbers is through the roof. We already know that. Years played through the roof. They real good tight ends. But what makes them that much greater is that they play injured. And if Evan Ingram can find a way how to get through some games playing injured, then he could be nominated, like you said, top 10 and maybe top 5. But I think the skill set is definitely there for Evan. I really do. And let me name two more receivers you guys got. You got Darius Slayton, and I don't know what you're going to get out of Golden Tate, but Golden Tate can also be like Dion Lewis, where he brings, being a veteran, playing in big games like in Super Bowls, and he can help, they can help the younger team develop. Because y'all on rebuilding stage. Yeah, baby.
We are rebuilding, and so that's why this season the record isn't going to be that great. It's the NFC East, so it's tough to excel anyway. Golden Tate needs to show that he's a veteran. He needs to step up on the field. We signed him for a reason last year.
Right.
And he needs to make his presence known. He needs to make Giants fans believe in him and why he is a part of our organization.
He needs to show out. That's it. Bottom line. Evan Ingram got the tools. He's nice. He got hands. He's got speed. He can block. He needs to show out. Go out there, shoot up every week. Play injured. As long as you ain't got no broken bones. If you got bruises, you wrap that up, you shoot yourself up, and you get out there and you represent your team. And I'm going to tell you right now, Golden Tate is a tough individual. If he happens to stay around, if they don't release him, let's say after game 3 or game 2, they keep Golden Tate, he can show these young guys how to do it through the trenches. Because Golden Tate is tough.
Oh, I drafted him on fantasy teams because I believe in Golden Tate. And
Nah,
I
he's
drafted
tough. I don't
Evan
know.
Ingram because I believed in him. But he needs to grow a pair of fucking balls and stop getting injured and
Right.
and just play football like you want to play. You know he wants to play.
Right.
Play through those injuries. Be tough.
That's-
Because you can. Evan Ingram can be one hell of a tight end.
Yeah, you got to step up, though.
He really can.
Okay, so for We Don't Overkill, what's your do the New York Football Giants? My man Greg Williams, aka Suge Knight, is looking at because he's a Giant fan. Do you guys make the playoffs? Let's say if you go 8-8, 7-9. What's your prediction? Can they make the playoffs with a record like that? I mean, that
not
National
this
Conference
year.
East is tough.
No,
Yeah, but I don't think you can. But give me your opinion.
no, not this year. We
Okay.
were lucky when we went in 8-8, and then we ended up beating the Packers, and that's the year that we won the Super Bowl when we went into 8-8.
Right.
Football is progressing. It's just the NFC conference is such a hard conference anyway to get in. Everyone is always so close, and then to be in the NFC East, you gotta have a real good record. And I really feel like those Cowboys of yours. Dakota needs a job next year, so
Right.
he's going to be playing to the best of his ability.
All I'm
And,
saying, if my Cowboys don't step up this year, I'm going to have to burn my Cowboy jersey. I'm not going to stop being a Cowboy fan. But I'm going to literally do a live video, and I'm going to burn me a Cowboy jersey because there's no excuse.
Well, number one, please tag me in that video. Number two,
Yo,
I mean, the
everybody don't like the
gotta
Cowboys.
do something.
Yeah, everybody that tunes in on my page and supports, I would say 92% they hate my Cowboys. And like I said, the only reason why I became a Cowboy fan is as a little kid, I watched them play the Minnesota Vikings. I seen an ugly ass horn and a pretty blue star, a Yankee blue star, and I fell in love with it ever since. You know, I just became a Cowboy fan. Tom Landry and that offense, them standing up, going back down, you know, having the best cheerleaders in the game. I mean, America's team, they were for a while, even though I think that name should have transferred to New England, but I guess they still America's team. And I don't really like being stamped at because that creates more haters. And as you know, everybody either love us or they hate us. There's no middle grounds with the Dallas Cowboys. But back to your Giants before we go to our next subject. So you predicting 7-9, 8-8, correct?
Yes, sir.
No playoffs, correct?
No, there's no way in the NFC to make the playoffs at 7-9 or 8-8.
Okay, now we're going to jump subjects real quick. That's your Giant report, gentlemen. Whoever's a Giant fan, Amber Rogers just gave it to y'all. We're not saying we correct, but we gave y'all some insight on that. Now, my understanding that you're a huge New York Yankee fan. Educate my people.
Born and raised. Born and raised the Yankees fan.
Okay, educate my people on how you became a Yankee fan.
I grew up about 3 hours from the city.
Right.
And my parents used to take me and my brothers down to the Bronx to go watch them Bronx Bombers playing. And I was just born, I knew all about baseball. So baseball was my sport.
Right.
Born and raised Yankees fan.
Okay, now I'm going to ask you. I should have asked you this on the Giants. I forgot. But we'll just leave it at the Yankees so we don't backtrack and get our people all mixed up. Give me one of your favorite Yankee moments, and then I want a downside of a Yankee moment. Which one you prefer, the downside or the bright side?
I'm going to take the bright side
Okay.
first.
Okay.
The bright side is being at a game and David Cone was on the mound and everybody yelling, Coney, 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 Coney.
Conehead, that's my
That's
boy.
my bright side.
You was loving that? The whole stadium was doing that?
Everybody. And I know everybody at home was doing it too.
Okay. Now name me a bad situation, whether it was a game or a moment, and then I'm going to give you mine, something I never admitted, and I'm going to admit it for the first time on my show. Y'all going to love this. But go ahead, you first.
A bad situation?
Bad experience.
When we signed A-Rod as a third
Oh,
baseman.
wow. I feel like walking off this right here. Yo, you ain't lying, man. You ain't lying. A-Rod, I mean, I loved it in the beginning, but when I started finding out about him, the more I found out about him, the least I liked it, A-Rod. That's just what it was. It ain't nothing to it. He showed me a lot, though, when he fought Jason Varitek at Boston at Fenway Park. He kind of won being a Yankee at that moment, but I never was truly an Alex Rodriguez fan. I couldn't do it because I knew he was some type of fraud, and I'm allergic.
Boy.
Yeah, I'm allergic to the fraud shit. Okay, we got 6 minutes. Let me give you a couple of my greatest Yankee moments. It's hard to pin one. I'm going to give you a couple of them. One of them was, oh my gosh, I think I went haywire. When Joe Girardi hit a triple of Greg Maddux in the World Series, when we was up 3-2, and we knew we had to beat Greg Maddux because a Game 7 to us would have meant, I think we would have had to face Smoltz or Glavine, and they had the pitching rotation set up perfect to beat us and come back in that series because the Braves went up 2-0, and I think we won every game in Atlanta. We went up 3-2. They were doing the 2-3-2. Then they went back to the stadium. And I don't know if it was the 5th, 6th, or 7th inning, Joe Girardi shut it off with that triple. We end up coming back, taking the lead, and that had me through the roof. But the biggest Yankee moment of my life, the best moment ever, this is the first time I'm telling y'all this, is when Aaron Boone took Tim Wakefield deep to left field to beat the Boston Red Sox, who I fucking hated. I hated the Red Sox. And when Boone took them deep and made us victorious and we won that series, let me tell you how big that series won to me. I know this sounds kind of funny, but I wasn't even mad that we lost to the Marlins in the World Series. And trust me, I wanted to win the World Series, but I wanted to beat Boston more than anything. I mean, that was my World Series. In my heart, Amber, and in my head, we won it that year. But unfortunately, on paper and facts, we lost to the Marlins. We didn't even show up that series because we shot our load against the Red Sox. And my worst moment was when we went up 2-0 against the LA Dodgers in 1981, when I started to become a Yankee fan, and we lost 4 straight. And a guy named George Frazier, middle relief guy, lost 3 out of the next 4 decisions. And that's one of my trivia questions. He's one of the only guys that lost 3 decisions in a World Series. He might be the only guy, or maybe 2. But those are my Yankee moments. And I could keep going and going, but those are the ones that just came out of me right now. But Amber, we got 3 minutes left. I want to make sure you let everybody know how to contact you, see you, and where to find you. The floor is yours.
So I run a page on Facebook called Football Lost. It's mostly about football, but all sports are welcome. So please join, contact. You can message me and share your sports love. We're pretty relaxed and chill, and we don't have drama and we don't have politics. It's just for people who like football and are living their lives.
Beautiful, beautiful. Let me say something. My boy just said Bucky Dent's home run against the Red Sox. I have to agree. That was also huge. But if I recall, Humpty, that was a 7th inning blast. Just like Girardi's triple. So you know what? I think Bucky might be a step over Girardi, but nothing's going to capitalize what Aaron Boone did. Game 7. I think it was extra innings. He took that knuckleball and flipped it and went yard. He went yard to left center field. And my man, when I tell you, me and my wife ran like some crazy motherfuckers all around the house, my dude, I done lost it. I done became psycho for real for like 5 minutes. You know what I'm saying? And we got another one.
Anytime those savages do what they need to do, it's fucking amazing.
Yep, and another, but Will, I wouldn't call that a moment, Will. I would call Reggie Jackson one of the greatest games because he hit 3 home runs in 3 straight at-bats. So, yeah, you could put it in as a moment, but I would say more game. A moment would be Bucky Dent taking a 3-2 lead off Mike Torres, or Girardi's triple off Greg Maddux, and of course Aaron Boone's blast against Tim Wakefield. I mean, yo, he took that knuckleball and turned that motherfucker around. Aaron Boone won love for me. I mean, I love Aaron Boone for that. But listen, Amber, thank you so much for calling in. I really appreciate you. God bless you, and we'll talk real soon.
Hey, I appreciate you too, Al. And, you know, my shit's always shared, or your shit is always shared on my page.
Okay.
That's how important you are to me.
Okay, thank you, Miss Amber. We all appreciate you, and we'll talk real soon. Okay?
All right.
Okay,
all right.
okay.
Thank you. Have a good night.
Have a great weekend, love. Thank you so very much.
All right, you too. Thank you.
Okay. All right, we waiting for our next caller. Open sessions. I'm a little mad I relinquished my bad moments to y'all. I mean, it's so many moments. It's so many pleasures. I mean, we could go so many different ways when it comes to the Yankees, 27 chips. I mean, I feel bad that I don't remember none of the back in the day performances by Sparky Lyle, Joe DiMaggio, the Babe Ruths in the game. You know, it's so many that I left out. So if I, anyway, you know, didn't mention one of those, I apologize. But I can only put out what I seen. But I'm pretty sure there's a whole lot. All right, what's up, brother? What's going on? Welcome to the Al York Sports Show. Talk to us.
What's good? What's good, Al? Big Will from LES, baby.
Yeah, we got LES, Big Will. Let me tell y'all a quick story. Will, we got 20 minutes. We got 20 minutes. Yo, when I tell you this, y'all know I don't say no different. This guy was the best Little League teammate I ever had when it came to skill set. This guy was hitting man bomb. I'm talking your dog. If anybody's tuning in that play Little League, I know Felix Jacino probably seen our games. Humpty probably heard about him. I don't know if Brian was around. But this guy was hitting 24-year-old shots at the age of 12 and 13. I swear to God, I got to give it up, Will. Now, you know, I thought I was one of the best myself. But I can only hit a double or triple. I couldn't even hit the fence. You hitting the shit in the fourth field, the biggest field that the East River made. He's going deep at 13 years old. Okay, let's get going, brother. What you got in your mind, Will? We want to tell the people a little bit about yourself before we get started?
Well, I grew up in the LES with the boys club, you know. Played a lot of sports down there. Mm-hmm. We battled against each other's boys clubs, stuff like that. We played on each other's team when we was young. You know, we had a ball. You know. And we know we can't lie. You seen what you seen, the efforts I put up. I seen what you seen. We always respected each other's talents. I mean, we used to go at it. I mean, you were the bigger guy, so I really didn't have no wins against you. But I would try my hardest. You know that shit. I would try my hardest. Of course.
And Nunu, I got to mention Nunu. We used to battle with Nunu too. But Nunu was like the Dennis Rodman of the whole shit. He was more like the fighter. You know what I'm saying? But let's get started, Will. I know you want to touch up on Colin Kaepernick. And before we get into Kaepernick, let me explain what angle you want to go. You asked me, what did he want to do? Does he want to play football? Or does he want to be like a Black Lives activist? Your take on what you think he's doing, Will?
Well, my take is, you know, I understand, you know, you put what you do, you know, what you went through, you put it through. My thing is, do you want to play football or do you want to just keep protesting? Like, I understand your protest. We got it. Everybody understands your belief. I know you know, you want to keep it going. You want to do it while you play it. But they're not going to let you do it. You gotta pick one or the other.
There you go.
Can do your beliefs. You can do your beliefs, but do you really want to play football? And to me, he doesn't want to play football.
I think it's more to prove a point, too. I think he just wants to prove that a team wants to pick him up. But he is working out, though. That's what's kind of confusing me. He's putting in work in the workout, but I just think he wants to just prove that he can get back in the league more than wanting to get back in the league and try to dominate. You copy?
He can't. He can't. He's not going to dominate.
He can't because he's been out of the game about 3-4 years. Not only that, he's about 31, 32, and he lives off being a dual quarterback. And when you start hitting them high numbers, which he's starting to hit, you ain't gonna be as, you know, you're not gonna be as fast as you used to be. That's just the way it is.
No, you're not.
And he depends a lot on the speed.
My question is, if he would have won that Super Bowl, would he would have did this belief after that? You understand what I'm saying?
That's a great question. That's a great question.
Would he still have done it if he would have won that Super Bowl? You know? And
that was a great Super Bowl they played against the Baltimore Ravens. God damn, that thing went every which way. I mean, all I know,
it was a great Super Bowl.
Yeah, the Ravens was smashing them. Blackout came, stole all the momentum for the Ravens. 49ers got the momentum, and they have 4 plays from the 6-7 yard line, give or take. And with that offense, with so many moving parts, I'm still befuddled of how they didn't get in the end zone, bro.
Exactly.
I mean, you can have cap, bootleg throw, bootleg run, all type of shit they had going on. You know what I'm saying?
For 4 downs, you could have did that.
Yeah, man. And, you know, you got Davis at tight end. I mean, I can't believe the play calling that happened down there in that Super Bowl. But like I said, it's easy for me and you right now, to criticize.
Sure.
But when you
Yeah.
there, dog, it's real. I mean, you got Suggs, T Sizzle, and you got Ray Lewis coming for your neck, Ed Reed. It's easy for us to say that, but when you got those guys on defense, them guys is playmakers. And
But listen,
yeah,
it's the Super Bowl on the line, bro. I don't care who's there. You got to
No.
take them on. You got to do what you got to do. You want to win, or you want to say, you know what? I was scared of Ray Lewis. You got to do what you got to do, man. You can't be scared.
no doubt.
You got to take the ball. You know what? You got to make your own call back then. I'm taking the ball in. I'm doing. Maybe I could outrun Ray Lewis. Maybe I don't know about that, but you know.
All I know
Right.
that messed up one of the greatest comebacks ever in the NFL. Of course, New England Patriots to the Dirty Birds. I mean, that was ridiculous. I mean, I never seen a team just not show up in the first half and dominate the second half like New England did. But Frisco, not that it was the whole first half, because I think it was second quarter when they started to make that turn. But I mean, they were getting killed, Will. I mean, God damn, they were getting murdered. And to come back like
It
that, and
was.
to literally could win the game at the end, who comes back like that and don't win? That's what I'm saying. Like, that shit, I really thought they won, dog. I had the Ravens. I'm walking around the sports book like, how the fuck they gonna lose this game, bro? And when they won that shit, I felt like I was lucky. I got lucky. I'm gonna keep it real with you. But you got any
A lot of
last
people-
words on that before we move on?
No, that's it. We can move on.
Okay, let's go to me and you spoke a little bit about sports coming back in 2020. I want you to give your take on what you think, and then I'm going to give my take, your take first. Bro.
To be honest with you, I don't think football is going to happen. I don't think baseball is going to last that long. The basketball might, because they're going to be in a bubble.
Okay, when
But
you say
once-
might, Will, when you say might, right, on my show, I like to break it down. What you
Okay.
mean by might? What do you mean by that?
What I'm saying is, once, say, 4, 5, 6 dudes get it, they're going to have to shut it down.
I agree with
You
you.
can't. You can't. You're stuck in a bubble where once one player gets it, you give it to another player. They're gonna play, maybe not even know they have it. Boom. It's just. I think that's ridiculous, man. I really think sports should just wait it out. You know, I'm fiending to watch sports. Don't get me wrong,
I feel the same way.
but I don't think your family or your life is worth playing a sport just to get paid.
Yup.
Nah. I don't,
Listen,
I don't
Will,
think
you
so.
took a page, you said it exactly how I said it a couple shows ago. I'm a fanatic, man. I mean, there's a lot
Yeah.
of fanatics. I'm
Me
not going to
too.
say I'm like the biggest fanatic because I'll be talking shit. There's a lot of people that love the game like I do. Like I tell people, whatever turns you on freaks me out when it comes to sports. But what I'm saying is what's right is right, what's wrong is wrong. You got people's livelihood at stake. Now, we understand the deaths are going down. My man Noah Parker, I always go at it with him. He's big on, oh, that shit ain't really nothing. That's just like the flu or, you know, whatever he's saying. I love him to death, but sometimes I think he's crazy. He's not understanding that there are some deaths from this. And the fact that there are some deaths, to me, that's enough to shut it down, Will. Why chance it?
Who was the basketball? I can't remember the guy's name, but he was saying, "Oh, I ain't gonna catch it. I could do whatever." And then he
Gobert,
wound up
Rudy
catching it.
Gobert of the Utah Jazz. He's the first one to get it, too, by the
Exactly.
way. But he was the one that
See?
said that statement and was the first one in the NBA to get it, and then Adam Silver shut it down right after that.
Exactly.
And,
You know, and I applaud all the dudes that's sitting out in certain sports this season. I applaud them.
right.
I applaud them. I give them much respect, man.
Yeah, you
Much
can't knock
respect.
him. You can't knock him. I'm not knocking nobody that sits out.
No.
I really not. LeBron wants to get in. I'm a little disappointed with LeBron because I know what he's after. He's trying to get another chip. He's trying to even up that chip record because he knows his years are limited. And I also know he loves the game. But the little I followed up on LeBron, this is something that I expected LeBron to be against. You know, I expected that. But he's one of the guys that wanted more than everybody because, you know, he got Anthony Davis. He's got the top squad. And I hate to say it, I'm going to keep it real on my own show. I think he's only thinking chip, Will. I don't think he's thinking anything else but chip. What do you feel about LeBron James?
I think so, too, because I'm not a big, I respect the man. He's one of the greats. He's not the GOAT, but he is chip chasing. That's all he's doing.
Exactly.
He's chip chasing.
Exactly.
I think he just wants to get 5 to 6.
Yep.
He wants to be there with Kobe and Michael Jordan. Like, you can't win chips all the time and be the greatest. Look how many you don't win to and you didn't win.
Yep. 3-6. For the record, he's 3-6. So he needs to go 3-0, and he's counting the conditions away just to be 6-6.
Well, listen, it's not looking good because people say he's the GOAT. You're not the GOAT. The GOAT won 3 in a row with one team and 3 in a row with the next team. So you got to give it to the GOAT, Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
You can't say he's better than Michael Jordan. Of course, he's playing longer than Michael Jordan. You know, so his numbers are going to be better than Michael Jordan probably at the end of his career.
Yeah, he play long. But Will, you open up a can of worms right now. I know Humpty's laughing. I know Humpty's laughing because he know I murdered the subject. I murdered it like decapitation. Like I don't rip arms out, heads off, and all that. If I didn't make my point on MJ being the best, then I don't know who did because I did my homework on that. But let's not go there. Real quick. Real quick. If they do start the season, and let's say let's just act like they're gonna go with the season. Who wins the championship in your opinion?
Who wins the championship?
Yeah.
Oh man. To be honest with you, right now, they've been out 5 months. It's tough, bro. You can't just pick up and play. I don't know how many games they're gonna play. Saying what they said, 30?
Yeah, something like that. And they got more added playoff teams, and it's crazy.
Well, my suggestion, what they had first was when they had the playoff, when they had the bracket. Everybody has in a bracket. I would have did a double elimination tournament. I think that would have been the best thing to do but I don't think LeBron and them is going to win it. To be honest with you, I don't think so.
My boy thinks that too. He thinks the line is kind of fishy. Vegas put out a line out there and it's real fishy. So he really thinks that they're not going to win. Like, and my boy is, he's good in it. My man, the dog catcher. And, he's good in his futures. And he really thinks they're not going to win. I have predicted the Clippers at the beginning of the year, but I'm going to just say I don't think they're going to win it. I think if anybody wins it, it's going to be a sleeper team, like maybe the Houston Rockets. I mean, I know that sounds crazy because they don't really have a big man, but I think they could get hot in a short season and turn it up. And Russell's hungry, Harden is hungry, but I'm going to leave it like that, Will, because we got 6 minutes. I want to jump to our next subject, MLB baseball. 60-game season. Before I go to the Bronx Bombers with you, what's your prediction on a 60-game season and who you think has the advantage to winning a 60-game season?
It's not enough games, man. and
it ain't. Not for baseball. Not for baseball.
Not for baseball. The advantage is those smaller teams, I think, that back in the, like you said, Tampa Bay, those teams that jump out the gate quick.
Right out the gate.
If teams don't jump out the gate, if you don't go 20-10 or 18-12, you're going to be in trouble. Yep. You're going to be in trouble. You're going to be in trouble. And the way baseball's looking right now, I can say anybody. It's up for grabs. Because they only have 3 weeks for spring training? That's not really enough. Nah. There's going to be a lot of injuries. A lot.
Yep. Pull muscles, all that shit.
And then what happens now, if, say, your main pitcher gets hurt, you can't even go to the minors. There's no minor league baseball.
Yeah, I gotta look that up, bro. I believe you, but that sounds kind of strange because what happens when your roster is short? Don't you have to meet the roster standards? And let's say the roster is like 25 men, and let's say you get two injuries, they're gonna let you leave it at 23. I mean, that sounds kind of iffy. I gotta look that up. Humpty, if you listening, see if you get that information.
Yeah, because like I know a kid that he's in the minors,
Right.
And I asked him, I said, "Yo, why are you not working out?" He said, "Yo, they shut it down." So I don't know if he's not in the
I
next
believe
level
you. I
before
believe
the
you.
Yankees.
Well, I believe you as far as bringing them up, but I think I think they have to make exceptions. You understand what I'm saying?
Maybe the roster's going to be extended.
Okay, yeah, maybe something like that, where they maybe make it 30 to 35. Then okay, that makes sense. If they took that route,
Or 40.
okay.
Or 40.
Somebody just wrote here. Xavier just wrote. They expanded. Okay, thank you, Xavier.
Okay.
So we got an answer on that. Okay, so Donnell just said he's agreeing with you. Donnell said that they can't come up for the minors. So the rosters being extended makes a lot of sense. Now you're gonna have a lot of players on the bench. Maybe I think 5 to maybe 10 more. So that makes sense. Good point on that. Now we got about 2 to 3 minutes left. I want to make sure you capture this. What's your prediction on the Bronx Bombers?
The Bronx Bombers. We will not win. We're not going to win. Don't get me wrong. I'm a big Yankee fan, but this short season, I don't think we got enough time to win a World Series with 60 games. To be honest with you,
especially overcoming injuries. We still got injuries that we overcoming.
Of course, you got Stanton who gets hurt from an oblique from swinging the bat. Like, come on, dude, you serious?
Though I can't believe the way he's breaking down, though.
Come on, bro. If Stanton and Judge don't get hot, we're gonna be in trouble. Our pitching staff has to hold up. Has to.
Yup.
But I see the Yankees making the playoffs, but I don't see them getting out of maybe the first round. If we gotta play a 1-game elimination and Poles is on the mound, maybe.
Right.
After that, we're done.
Well, I think Paxton is hurt. J.A. happens to eat an inning eater. Mishiro Tanaka is a guy he's like an old Benz. You don't want to be speeding every day with an old Benz. You got to take care of it. Yeah, you got to preserve it. So if you preserve Tanaka, you could give him the rock in game 2, game 3. Yo, the guy can deal. You already know that. He's got experience, been through it. I love Tanaka. I love the cold factor because he gives us that new big arm that we needed, that ace factor. Now, we don't have Domingo John this year because he got some domestic violence shit, which is big because I think he went 17-4 last year. So that's going to hurt us. We don't know what we're getting out of Jordan Montgomery because he was in the injured list all year. So we're going to have guys like Jonathan Louisiana step up. Cole's going to have a fabulous year. Tanaka's going to have to deal. And J.A. Hatt's going to have to pitch better than 500. Now, before I ask myself, I'm going to ask you, give us your prediction. Like, what's your prediction, the final prediction on this year before we hang it up? We got 1 minute, Will. Go ahead.
On the Yankees?
Yeah. They get knocked in the first round, second round, what? What's your prediction?
Second round, we done. I think we barely make the playoffs. We barely make the playoffs. I'm hoping that I'm wrong, but that's my prediction.
No, listen, brother, I'm with you all the way on that. My prediction real fast. I think Tampa Bay wins the division because they great, coming out the gate. I think they do the same thing. We get in the wild card. I think we win the first wild card, like you said, and I think we give a hell of a series in the second. We either move on and lose that third, or we're losing that second. But I know we ain't winning the chip. I don't feel we're going to win a chip this year. And with that, Will, I want to thank you for coming on board. I appreciate you. And, we expect you back on. We need that knowledge back on. Okay, brother?
Of course. Yes, sir.
Okay, any last thing you want to say before you hang it up, Will?
Just appreciate that you had me on, that you gave me a call, you gave me a shot to talk some sports, bro.
Yeah, we love it, man. And like I said, I appreciate you and everybody else that gives their all and supports what I'm doing, because I'm going to give y'all everything I got. And you seen like today, I can't wait to watch the replay of what we just talked about.
No doubt.
All right, brother. Have a good one and enjoy your weekend.
You too, brother.
Okay, brother. That's William Wright. Like I said, one of the biggest Little League guys. I mean, if you ain't watch it, then I don't know what to tell you, man. Okay, we waiting on Justin Yu to give out the free fight picks. Y'all don't want to miss this. The specialist. I hope he didn't go to sleep, because he told me he's going to try to stay up for us. Let's see if I can... Justin, if you can hear me, call up, man. If you can hear me, call up. And while I'm waiting for you to call up, I'm going to mention a couple fights that you... Matter of fact, here you go right here. Just try to call. Give me a minute, guys. Yeah, he's going to close it out with some picks.
Hello.
The specialist.
Yes, sir.
Oh,
Big
what's going
Al
on?
York.
Listen, we got 9 minutes. We running short on time, but you don't need 9 minutes. My understanding, you only need 5. So talk to the peoples. There's a big fight card tomorrow in UFC. I educated the people that you're 13-7 since you first started. You got a little bad streak in the last 4 games, something like last 4 fights. If I'm correct, something like 2-2 or 1-3. But I told the people, believe in you, because you will get on another run. Talk to us on who you like. Give us 2 fights out of the 12 matches tomorrow. The floor is yours.
All right, we'll make it easy. We got 2 fights out of the 12. We're looking at the main event and the co-main event. But we got the main event. We got the 125-pounder talking the flyweight, fighting for the flyweight title that Henry Cejudo relinquished. So he gave it up. He went out on top. He gave up the belt at 125 pounds. So now we got the number 1 and number 2 fighting each other, and this is a rematch.
Okay.
So it's an interesting fight, because in the first fight, the number 1 contender, which is Deiveson Figueiredo, he knocked his opponent Joseph Benavidez out cold. Knocked him out in the first fight.
So they fought already.
Of,
These guys fought already.
A lot of controversy. Yeah, but a lot of controversy. There was an illegal, inadvertent headbutt that caused a huge gash on Benavidez. So a lot of controversy. And then the guy came in overweight, so he couldn't fight for the title.
Copy.
So he won the fight, but didn't win the title. You know what I mean?
On guard. Good.
So this is for all the marbles, man. This is for the flyweight title. And it's understandably so. The guy's a favorite. Deiveson Figueiredo, minus 225. And Joseph Benavidez, the former champ, plus 195.
Plus 105. So hold up, guys, real quick. If you're going to take Figueiredo, you got to put 225 to win $100. So he's a huge favorite. And if you take the underdog and Joseph Benavidez, work with me for the mispronunciation. You put 100, you win 195 clean, and your 100 back. Talk to him, just talk to him.
All right, so that's the main event. We got the co-main event. It's middleweight, 185 pounders.
Okay.
This is kind of a real even match. The odds makers have it at pretty much even money for both of them. You know, minus 110, minus 110. So this is a toss-up. But you got 2 guys in the top 10, 185 pounds. Jack, the Joker from Manson, versus Kevin Gastelum. So number 6 versus number 7.
Okay, hold on. Let me give you the Joker's record. He's 20-4, and Kevin is 16-5-1. So that you guys know. Go ahead.
Yeah, so they're both coming off of losses, but I'm gonna base this fight off of the sizing matchup and how they looked in their previous fights. I mean, they both look good, but they lost, actually Gastelum lost the decision, and Hermansson's coming off of a TKO loss, so I think he's going to come back stronger, and he's a bigger fighter, so we're going to go with Jack Hermansson in this one at minus 110. It's a pick'em fight.
Okay, so you got a pick'em fight. So minus 110, like I said, you put $110 to win 100. 1,100 to win 1,000. And it goes on and on and on. It's basically a pick 'em fight. The books got to make their $10 gig. You know how that go. Now, in fight one, do you have
Exactly.
anything for us in fight one in the Figueiredo fight? You have anything for us for that?
Yeah, you know, my lean is Figueiredo because he knocked out Benavidez in the first fight, and that might be playing in the back of the mind of Benavidez, you know, and the fact that he came in overweight the first fight might put a fire under Benavidez, you know, ass. But I think Figueiredo has more tools. He's taken less damage. Benavidez has been in the game a long time. He got knocked out by the same guy, so I don't see any reason that it wouldn't happen again.
So you like the favorite?
I like the favorite in this fight, yes.
Okay, so this is a tough one because they got to lay out basically 2-1. Just to show you that's what you want to give out?
Yeah. So, you know, interestingly, I would probably parlay him with Hermanson. Kind of less risk, higher reward.
Okay, that I agree with. All right, so this is what you do, guys. To make a long story short, you like Hermanson, correct?
Correct.
You take Hermanson straight, minus 110. Do what you want to do. 55 to win 50, 110 to win 100. Do what y'all do. If you want to put $11 to win 10, then do that. Then he's going to parlay the big favorite, the minus 225, Figueiredo, with Hermanson again. So I would recommend put 50 on that. Your comeback will probably be about 80 clean, 85 clean with the VIG. So I think that's the better route, just because if you go 1-1 and you lose the big fight, then people actually lose money. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
But here,
Yep, so
if you win
$50 bet.
if you win the straight bet and you lose the parlay, they'll still be ahead on money. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Okay, so any last words you got to say, my brother, before we get off the air, Just?
No, yeah, so the parlay is going to pay 50 pays 138.85, so you're going to get probably a little over, 3 times your money? So
Right.
That's a less risk, higher reward. And then if you want to take a straight bet, Jack Hermanson is your go-to bet, minus 110.
You heard it right there, guys, from the specialists. Like I said, he's 13-7. They all on the videos. I ain't lying. Back up all the videos. It's a good record. If you ask me, it's a real good record. If you go 13-7 and that becomes 26-14, you can make a living in the sports world. You don't even have to work if you're hitting at that percentage. So continue the good work,
Yeah.
Justin. You hopefully
you.
will come through. Hold up, Jonas is saying what? Jonah, what you mean by what, brother? Before we hang up the show, what do you mean by that?
On what?
I think he don't know who you gave out. You want to repeat it real fast?
Yeah, so I gave out, in the main event, Davison Figueiredo, and in the co-main event, Jack Hermanson.
No, but tell him how you did it, the parlay.
Oh, the parlay is Davison Figueiredo to win and Jack Hermanson to win. So both
Two-fight
fights
parlay.
have to
That's a
win.
parlay.
A parlay, 2 teams. 2-team parlay is what they have it at the book. The 2 teams, you got to win both to win your bet, but it pays almost 3-1, over 3-1.
Yup, and then he's taking Hermanson straight. Straight bet. 55 to win 50, 110 to win 100, 1,100 to win 1,000, 550 to win 500. It's real simple mathematics. All right, so yo, Justin, you, a.k.a. the specialist, thank you for coming on. And we'll talk to you real soon when we get more fights, okay?
Thanks for having me, and enjoy the fight.
Okay, guys. Justin, you, baby. Let's go, baby. All right, guys, listen. Thank you for tuning in for another week of the Al York Sports Show Open Sessions. Y'all didn't see it from the beginning? I highly recommend y'all to go back, catch it from the beginning. We had a great show. We had Miss Amber Rogers come through, William Wright, and the specialists. Every week, like I said, if y'all don't tap in, y'all tapping the fuck out. On guard. And with that, God bless y'all. See y'all Tuesday, 15 quick minutes of sports. Al York Sports. Love y'all motherfuckers. Enjoy your weekend, baby.